for that. Okay, you ready, Mary?
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. We are so happy to have you here for Mary Wu's workshop, the How to Ace LinkedIn in 20 Minutes a Day. And this workshop is sponsored by SCORE and specifically the Nashville chapter. For those of you unfamiliar with SCORE, SCORE is a resource arm of the Small Business Administration. We have been in existence since 1964, and we have helped over 10,000 entrepreneurs start their business, expand their idea, and provide resources and information for them. One of the biggest things we do is provide mentoring. All of our services are free. You never pay a penny, except occasionally we have a small fee for some of our workshops. But that's because we are self-funded, except for a stipend from the government. But a mentor will be assigned to you if you request one, and they are there for you for a question or to be able to help you through the life cycle of your business. It is quite an amazing resource. I've been a volunteer with SCORE for 5 years. My name is Michelle Schulman, and it's a fabulous way to give back. So we have many workshops. You can go to score.org/Nashville. That's score.org/Nashville. Click on Take a Workshop, and we have our entire agenda. It's through November right now. I will be posting December in the next couple of days, and you can see what we offer and sign up for any workshops you would like. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Mary Wu. Take it away. You there, Mary?
Yeah.
You're muted. There we go.
Weird.
It's all yours.
Well, hi. Zoom got a little bit weird on me, but that's okay. Um, one of the things that I will often tell anybody, especially my clients, is if you're not having trouble with technology, you're not using it enough
Yes.
and seem to have trouble with it. So today we're here to talk about LinkedIn. Hopefully that's what you signed up for. I'm going to go over a few things, but one of the things I'm going to tell you is why you should be on LinkedIn. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of information on why you want to be listening to me. And then we're going to go over some activity type of things and some action steps. I am Mary, and I have been training people on how to use LinkedIn since 2016. I used to help people with all sorts of communications, all of the social medias, newsletters, blogs, and everybody kept coming to me about LinkedIn. It was like, Mary knows LinkedIn, Mary knows LinkedIn. And finally I decided it's easier to just stay in one lane. If you are in Nashville, you know that people like to drive in many lanes at once and they could get themselves killed. So one lane is an absolutely great plan. There is a way to ask questions. So if you have any, if you're a participant, you could put them in the chat or you could put them in the Q&A. And I might not see it right when you ask it, but I will double back to it. I always want people to ask questions because I want to make sure I'm covering what you want. And I also find that the questions that you have are the questions that other people in this room have and that other people in the world have. So your questions are just very valuable to me. Okay, why LinkedIn? In 2024, LinkedIn got 1 billion members. They passed that 1 billion mark, which is a lot of people. And that is people all over the world in every country, almost. China's kind of out there. Every time zone. If you can work anywhere, LinkedIn is a great place to be. If you can work locally, LinkedIn is still a great place to be because a lot of people are here from because
Record.
that was weird. I'll just keep talking. It just beeped weirdly. Tell me why.
I don't know what's happening here.
Okay. Can it be wave or not if you can still see and hear me? I will just keep going and we will deal with whatever the technology is gifting us.
You just
Uh,
need to have everybody mute themselves while you're talking because it's picking up someone else's background.
Yeah, I'm just going around and muting people as I see they're unmuted. Thanks, Keisha.
yeah, sometimes that happens. Somebody will suddenly get unmuted. Okay, so we got 1 billion people, so that's a good reason to be on LinkedIn. In the United States, the majority of the people on LinkedIn are people that are earning over $100,000 a year. The majority of people on LinkedIn are people that have a college degree or more. If you're looking to get in touch with specific people in corporations, especially C-suite people, they're on LinkedIn. You're not going to find the movers and shakers easily on Instagram and Facebook. That's kind of not where they're hanging out from a business perspective. Back in the day when LinkedIn first started, it started as a social media site like Facebook, but then quickly became mostly on college campuses and quickly became a place where people were helping other people find jobs. So they ran with that, and I don't blame them. And then it got known as the job posting resume profile site. That changed in the 2010s to be a place where it was not only jobs, but also B2B. And B2B got more involved. And then it started getting kind of a straight business kind of thing. 2020, we all got locked up for a few months and wanted to talk to humans. And that is when personalities and deeper connections started happening on LinkedIn. People would bring their whole self onto their LinkedIn profile. There is such a thing as oversharing, but you can be 100% who you are, and people do business with people they know, like, and trust. If they know you do a certain thing, that starts to build it. But if they also know that you volunteer for, or you're involved with a dog rescue, or other things that make them relate to you, if they know what schools you went to, it just makes you a more relatable, approachable, and likable person. And we all want to be liked, especially by potential clients. Okay, why Mary? I'm not going to talk too much about that. I've been doing this for a while. And if you go to LinkedIn, you could look at my recommendations that other people have left for me. So that will tell you who I am. I know a lot of times people are looking for service providers that know certain things. LinkedIn is a great place to research that because you can see whether or not they have recommendations. And if you're looking for a LinkedIn trainer and they're not active on LinkedIn and they don't have recommendations on LinkedIn, this is the time to kind of maybe move along down the road just a little bit. So check me out there. And there is also a list. If you need that, it's on the sheet that I provided. LinkedIn experts to follow, people who know a lot of what's going on LinkedIn. And I am a member of that list. And I'm very proud to be honored not only by my clients, but also by my peers. That means a lot to have respect of the other people that are doing what you're doing. Before we start talking, I'm going to talk about safety. And there's a couple of things I want to make sure. Every account that you have online, you should have some kind of a two-factor authentication so that it's a pain every time you go to log into something and then you have to look for your phone because it sent a code to your phone so that you could log in. What's a bigger pain than that is when you lose access to your account because somebody managed to hack it because you weren't using two-factor authentication. So as much of a pain as it is, it's worse the other way. Also, LinkedIn requires that you use your legal name on LinkedIn, not a made up name. It wants you to use your actual name And they've also this year, I think it was this year, it might have been late last year, started verifying accounts. And we're encouraging account verification. Account verifications get more connection, get more followers, and it's easier to get your account back if you lose it, if you've actually verified your account. So I encourage that. There are a lot of people that don't like the concept of sending their driver's license through, taking a picture of their driver's license and sending it through their phone to somebody. The somebody that you're sending it to is clear, who are the same people that are at the airport helping you get past the TSA. So if they're good enough for the TSA, they're kind of good enough for me. And LinkedIn, unlike Twitter, X and Facebook, who you have to pay in order to be verified, LinkedIn finds it's so important for people to be verified that they're eating that cost. They're making it up other ways, but they're eating that verification cost. So they aren't making you pay that. Okay. Let's see. A couple of things you like to know when you're starting when your business is on LinkedIn, and I'm not going to go deep into this, is knowing what your unique value proposition is, knowing who your clients are. And the way to figure that out is to call SCORE and go and work with a SCORE mentor, because they're going to be able to really help you kind of dive into what your business is about. So I'm encouraging you to do that. We're going to talk about how to ace LinkedIn, but one of the things I want to show you, we're going to go into show and tell now. If the technology is working with me. There we go. LinkedIn now, and we see my LinkedIn, right? I shared the right screen. Good. Okay. LinkedIn offers a number of different types of posts. You can do image posts, you can do carousel posts, but since it is Tuesday, November 5th, and it is election day, you can also do polls on LinkedIn. You could have people vote for stuff. One of the things we're finding with polls is sometimes you'll get engagement on your posts that are polls that you might not get on other kinds of posts. And anytime you can get new people engaging with your posts in whatever way, that's good. So today, I did a poll, and you are more than welcome to pop over to LinkedIn later and answer it. I've got 29 votes, and it's just been up for a couple of hours, which is pretty darn good. And this was, what is your preference in voting? And this was just to show people how to use the polling process on LinkedIn. But you can use polls for anything. And this is a great way to find out, what might your clients want more of from you? What information do they need from you? And I always encourage people, if you can find a way to spin a poll to also encourage comments. I've got 9 comments on this post. LinkedIn loves comments. They really do. They want to see comments on your post. And if Denise decides she's going to pop over and comment on my post, then all of her people see my post. So that improves my engagement, which is always great. So if you get people to comment, that improves your engagement with other people. It just gives you great information that you might not otherwise have had. And I love seeing, when I do a poll, who's popping out of the woodwork that's paying attention to me, because it teaches me things about my clients. It teaches my clients things about me. It's kind of a win-win. There's another thing I want to show you here, which is new. When you click this blue box up here in the upper left-hand corner, it brings you to your LinkedIn feed. And one of the things along the side here is post impressions. So if you click on that, it will show you something brand new. This just came out 2 to 3 months ago, is a weekly sharing tracker. And I love the way they word this: increase your visibility by posting, commenting, or contributing to collaborative articles. We suggest taking 3 actions every week. This is not like Instagram where you've got to be posting there 4 or 5 times a day. They're looking for 3 actions every week. I am, with most of my clients, I'm sort of actively discouraging the collaborative articles. If you want to get into a deeper conversation with me about that, reach out. We've only got an hour here. I don't have time to tell you why I don't like them. But they love comments and they love posts. When people ask me how often they should post, I would love to see 3 times a week. But if you're just starting out and you're wanting to start to get active, once a week is good. Comments are very important, and we're not usually understanding why it's so important, but we'll get to that in a minute. So how do we ace LinkedIn? First of all, we're active by doing these things. One of the things that I found works for some people is writing in your day planner what day of the week and time of the day you are going to be creating LinkedIn posts. Personally, I like to post as I want it to show up, but you can batch things and schedule things out for yourself. However, one of the things that LinkedIn likes is when you're active before your post goes live. So if you're planning that a post will go live at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, make sure you pop in at 9 and go on to some other posts and comment. If they know you're there and active, they'll put your post up in the feed more, which is what we want. We want our post to be seen. People find that sometimes they're more consistent if they have some kind of a plan, which might be do a poll on a Tuesday, do a motivational quote on a Monday, do a tip, an industry tip on a Thursday. Anything that you can work in that can make it easier for your mind to remember, oh yeah, Thursday tip, I'll go do that. As opposed to having to every day stare at the screen and go, I have no idea what I'm doing. And we all have days like this. When that happens, I recommend insert coffee. That sometimes helps your brain keep working. Okay, consistency is very important. And again, we get our appointments. We consider our things. Once upon a time, there was a study done that showed that most people were active on LinkedIn on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So if you're going to start picking days to post, maybe try that, but then come back in here on your analytics and see, what do your people like? What do your people want to see? I can click on this and see post impressions and, see what are the top performing posts. That's a useful information to have, because you should feed them more of what they want, but also you have to make sure that you're not only giving them single image posts and then have all your single image posts do it without trying out some other things. So make sure you try different things, see what your followers engage with, see what they like, see what they share.